This presentation aims to provide a more detailed explanation of the changes to access permits, clearances, folders and forms in the 2024 edition of the Electrical Safety Rules. As explained in the Summary of Changes presentation, a new access permit for work will replace the existing access permit for work, the restricted access permit for work, and the clearance to work for work on low voltage mains and apparatus. A new access permit for test will replace the existing access permit for test and ancillary work. The new access permit for work and the new access permit for test will have the same content and format. However, they will remain separate forms and remain different colours. Both the new permits will retain the same colour as the permit they replace. Access permit earths and permit low voltage shorts will now be recorded on a table in section 3 of the permits rather than on lines of free text. This is similar to the existing restricted access permit and allows restricted operators to track the application and removal of access permit earths and or permit low voltage shorts on the access permit rather than a permit folder. Currently, additional precautions and warnings are combined in the one section of the access permit. On the new permit, these are separated. Section 4 must be used to record any additional control measures that have been applied by the operator, and Section 5 must be used by the operator to convey any relevant warnings to the recipient. The new access permit has capacity for the permit to be transferred a maximum of 5 times, whereas the existing permit only allows 2. Access permits for test will no longer be redefined from ancillary work to test. Access permits for test must now be transferred to the person responsible for the application of test voltages rather than redefined. Section 10 of the new access permit requires the recipient to record the form number of an additional worker sign-on and off form if one was used. If an additional worker sign-on form was not required, the recipient must write nil in this section. The recipient must also attach the additional worker sign-on form to the permit using the self-adhesive strip on the form. The recipient must now track the application and removal of all working earths and or working low voltage shorts on a working earths and LV shorts form. The recipient is no longer required to or able to record a single set of working earths or working low voltage shorts on the access permit. In section 11, the recipient must record the working earths and LV shorts form number if a form was used, or write nil if no working earths or working low voltage shorts were applied. The new access permit is surrendered by the recipient and cancelled by the operator rather than being cancelled by the recipient and finally cancelled or recovered by the operator. So the permit is now issued and cancelled by the operator and accepted and surrendered by the recipient. This aligns with the wording in the Energy Network Association Guide for Safe Access to Electrical and Mechanical Apparatus. As part of the surrender of the access permit, the recipient is now required to declare whether the mains and apparatus are ready to return to service in the yes or no tick boxes in this section. The new working earths and LV shorts form replaces the existing working earths form and the low voltage shorts form. As mentioned previously, the access permit recipient must now track the application and removal of all working earths and or working low voltage shorts on a working earths and LV shorts form. When used, the recipient must record the working earths and LV shorts form number in section 11 of the access permit. The permit recipient is responsible for completing the additional worker sign-on and off form when one is required. The recipient must record the access permit number on the form and record the form number in section 10 of the access permit. The recipient must then attach the form to the permit using the self-adhesive strip. If you have any questions about the changes to the electrical safety rules, please email electricalsafetyrules@ausgrid.com.au.